Okay, we're going to try this new recording to see if we can't get a little higher resolution than we had before. Let me wipe off the camera here. See how that's looking right there. That looks pretty good. I know when I go through StreamYard, I only have 720p. I think I can get 1080 out of recording in a different format and then uploading it that way. So let's try that and see how it happens. Okay, this is a pretty cool little, I called it a Moroccan theme because of the colors and sort of this pattern here, but Carrie calls it Harlequin. So let's see what we get here. Blower on, lathe is on, ready to rock and roll. See how we're doing here on a measurement. Down about perfect, 0.72. We'll sand the rest of that out just nice. Let's give us a nice little end on it here. That looks pretty good. Let's see how we're doing on a measurement on this end here. Yep, not bad. A little smaller because of the way the blank comes out, but still within range. Alright, we're going to give this a little dimple right there. Peel off some of that plastic. Alright, now, this has got a lot of design in it. It's got this, you get sort of a circular pattern from the side, and from the top you get this web stained glass look. So I don't want to interfere with that too much, so I think I want to bring that out by giving it lots of curves. We did one previously, had a couple of gumballs in it. That actually looked pretty cool with that Fordite. But I think I'm going to do 3 on this one to get a lot of undulation through that pattern. Let's see how that goes. Let's see, let's find the middle. That's about a 5 1/4. There's about the middle. If I want 3 balls, I need 4 digs. That's about right there. No, I don't think that'll be good. I think that's too small. I think I got to go for 2 big ones. Right there. That'll give good finger holds in each direction. Let's do that. Okay, here we go. I hear the lawnmower dudes outside doing their lawnmower thing. Alright, I think those are all equally as deep. Now they're all tweaked in. Let's get this little action on this thing. This is also a 3D printed plastic enclosure that they drop the resin into. They do a nice job, Mr. Troy Shipley does. That should look pretty cool. All right, let's see what kind of pattern that brought out. Oh my goodness, that's cool. Got all kind of cool stuff happening here. This remained about the same, but this got pretty neat from the sides. Very cool. Now let me do, now that it's cooled down, I'll trim it up a little bit. Just pull all those little plastic pieces off. Shape that gumball just a little bit right there. All right, let's turn the big blower off. We don't need it anymore. Set that up at the mouth of it and it'll suck it in a minute. Let's bring the diaper out here and we begin. Do you need something, Care Bear? Just watching? Cool. Yeah, not done. It'll be a few seconds. This is the one that feels weird because it's plastic and resin. And each one of those has a different, I don't know what the right word is, but grabbability or friction coefficient or something like that. So it always feels like it's rough because it's grabbing your finger differently from the resin to the plastic. Yet, when you stop it and feel around, it's perfectly round. It's weird. Caught me off guard at first because I was sanding something and it seemed like it never got sanded, but it really was just that difference in friction or soft. Maybe it's a softness of the material that causes that. All right, we're almost done with this level of sandpaper. I'm going to hit it again because again, it feels rough in some spots, but I'm sure it's not. We'll just make sure it's nice and smooth. All right, let's go see what this looks like. Ooh, that's looking good. Ooh, that's looking good. I like that. That's a pretty cool color. Reminds me of the front of some stained glass window, a restaurant, Tuscan restaurant, Moroccan restaurant. Carrie calls it Harlequin, but the colors remind me of some stained glass window. Somewhere. Don't know where I've seen it, but somewhere. It's Thursday already. My goodness. I don't know where the weeks go. What's up, Kevin?
How much? Live.
We're doing a recording. Not live, but doing a recording. Nice jerseys you're picking up there, I'll tell you. Pretty cool. How much are those jerseys?
$150, but I did the zip.
What's that?
Zip.
What's a zip? Oh, yeah, don't do that.
I do it, Dad.
I know, Kev. Okay. Ooh, that's gonna look good. Yeah, I can feel the difference in the materials, but it's perfectly nice and round. Polished up nicely. Let's get out the magic juice here, which is not really the brand name magic juice, just something we use in the shop that's magic, and it's juicy or wet. Everybody wants to trademark everything. All right, it is looking very nice. Let me swap over to the buffer here. We'll take this over. I will pull the bushings out. Gonna chamfer the ends. Switch the camera. And then we'll buff this baby up. All right, here, go to the other camera. There we go. We'll turn it on. Make sure it's all synced up. Yep, looks like it's spinning. That's fabulous. All right, here we go. I do need to run out to the store today to get some more buffing compound. My bits are getting pretty small here. right, an interesting thing in here is the 3D printing has a hole in it as it's printing. Never prints completely solid in some spots. Creates a pattern within this as well that sort of comes out. Didn't realize that would be there. But it's also filled with resin, so that's pretty cool. And you could feel the resin and the plastic difference. Pretty neat. All right, on to the next one. Let me put some bushings in that one there. Unpause. We are recording again, I think. We'll find out when I'm all done. Okay, let's get this next one done. That one came out beautifully. Let me swap the camera back to the lathe. Okay, and let me mount up this gorgeous looking blank. Is this the one? Here it is, this purple one. This is pretty cool here. This is what's called Dragon Scale Fordite. It's not really from a dragon, but it is Fordite, and it's little pieces that get to the ends and stuck in the craws that have lots of undulations of all this. So this is going to be pretty cool to look at as we dig in. It does look like a dragon. It's just not from a dragon. Yeah, Carrie goes, it looks like a dragon. I go, yep, for sure. So we're going to dig into that and check it out. We'll do some, I think we could do some baseball bats on here and then sweep up out of here and catch some of this on either end in the finger hold, and then we'll figure out what to do in the middle. Again, this is Fordite, so this stuff we can do to the size we need. This stuff we have to go a little bit larger and then sand it down to get it looking gorgeous. Just the way it works. Okay, blower on. Airflow feels good. Let's get to, where's my tool at? Here's my tool. Here we go. And we're going to use a fat bat on these so that I can get a little bit more incline up through all this Fordite. So the fat bat pushes me back about another 1/8 of an inch. It'll look pretty cool. Oh, I can smell the automotive paint now. All right, there we go. Let's take a measurement on that, see how we're doing for this one. This is 0.74, so that's pretty good. You got a little tiny bit more room on there. Again, with the resin, we can put it to the size we need. With the Fordite, we leave it a little thicker. All right, that's going to be right there. That is perfect there. Let me finish up the end of that finger hold there. I'm going to clean off this lens just to make sure I don't have any junk on there. There we go. All right, let's go to the other end here. Up out of here now. We're going to give a nice little finger hold up and out of this valley. Let me put a measurement on that finger hold there, see how we're doing there. Perfect, right at 0.71, and this one here is right at 0.72 and a half, so got a little bit more we can take off there. We're going to, because we're going to come up out of the valley of that finger hold, give us a nice incline up through this Dragon Scale Fordite. All right, that'll be perfect there. A little more incline here. Which is why these Fordites are fun to do, because they're part discovery. See that? That's going to look incredible when that gets sanded up. Same with that one right here, and a little tiny bit there. Now, we got to dive into that somewhere, and I think the coolest way to dive into here and expose some of this is probably mustache, because that's going to dig down into the center and give us a parting of the seas, if you will, through this Fordite. Let's check it out. Let's see if I made a good guess. Let me find the middle here. 5.5, 2.75 right there. Now, this, because the Fordite is sort of equally spaced, I don't need to do any offsets to bring anything out. I think this will work like a champ. Okay, so we will come in here gently. This is a thicker pen, so we don't go too deep on that. Let's see what that looks like, diving in the middle. Again, we leave it a little bit fat. Yeah, look at that, all that detail. That's going to be cool. But you know, I might do an undulation on either end of these just to get into this dragon scale. This is a fat pen, so we're going to miss a bunch of that if we don't dig into it somehow. So let's figure out what we're doing here. That's about the center. And let's come out 1 inch on either side. And we will do a less deep undulation, and we will sand down to where we need to be. This is going to be a sort of a new style. But I really want to catch that Fordite, because that's why you buy these blanks, to see the Fordite. This almost might be 2 gumballs, but it's sort of a variation of Morse code and gumballs. That's feeling pretty good right there. We're going to widen this angle up a little bit. I really want to get into more Fordite. Looks good. Take this one a hair deeper here. We also have to worry about the structural integrity, because you know, this dragon scale, the Fordite paint is actually pretty soft compared to the resin. All right, that'll be enough. So this is deeper, these are more shallow on the sides there. Let's do an initial look at this. Oh yeah, we caught a lot of that dragon scale. Okay, now it's time to sand, and that's going to make that. There's an air bubble there. Look at that. We'll probably sand down into that air bubble. Same thing there. You do get air bubbles stuck in here now and again. Anything that's shiny is an air bubble. Okay, here we go. We can turn the blower off. I'm going to turn my fan on. It's getting a little warm in the garage, yeah? All right, now we're going to take the sanding block, because I'm really getting pretty aggressive in this sanding, because I want to whittle it down. I want to get it down without damaging it, of course. And it looks like we may have to fill a little bit of this with CA glue. And you can see all the gray stuff on here. That's the paint that's being sanded off as we're refining this pen. Ooh, that's feeling good. Hate to do too many gumball type pens, but you know, sometimes the blank screams out for that treatment. It says, hey, expose me in the middle. Feeling good there. Get down in here a little bit. Again, with this particular sanding block, we don't need to spend a lot of time on the ends because they are two size. And this one here, we're just making it beautiful. Ooh, that feels good. All right, let's see how it looks. Oh yeah, that's bringing it out. Look at that. It's super minute. It's very, very small patterns. Yeah, that is beautiful. And there's our hole right there that we're going to have to fill with some super glue likely, because we don't want to go down that far. Wish I had a diamond I could stick in there. That would be cool. See, you're starting to see a little separation right there. I think that is it. I think it's time to finish her up. All right, so we will finish it, then we will fill the little pocket of air that formed at the end. And we'll set it aside for a little bit while it cures and gets ready for us to do the end of it. And of course this purple will shine like glass, or shine, look like glass. You can see right through it into the Fordite. And there is a little bit of Fordite that's buried that looks pretty cool, even though we didn't expose it. This has a super intricate pattern, very small. Because the dragon scale is really drips of the paint as it finds its little crevices and places it hangs off till they break it off. Feels pretty good there. Let's go to the next level, and then we'll stop there, and we'll fill that in with some super glue. We'll overfill it actually, and then we'll sand down to it later. All right, let's stop the lathe here. Let's go find that hole. It's right there. And we're going to do a couple things. We're going to get it wet, and we're going to blow it out. All right, that is clear. That snout came out, made it very long. Okay, I'm going to put the tough sandpaper away, that big chunk there. So we got this little hole where you can see it's an air pocket because it's so shiny on the inside. So shiny it looks wet. But what we'll do, you have to do this very carefully. Let's see, we'll do some medium because we don't want to create another air pocket that we need to cover. So we'll take this medium and we're going to just drip it right on the edge and let it go crawl inside that hole. There we go. Let's lead it in there just a hair. There. It just came in from the bottom. Perfect. So what you do is you put that on the edge, and as it goes down over the edge of the hole, it seeks the bottom and then fills up. And it acts like a little bit of a magnifying glass. So we're just going to spray it gently because I don't want to really move it much. Okay, that'll get the outside cured. We will take this off, set it aside, and leave it fully cured, because right now it's not cured on the inside. And we will continue on with this lovely piece of Fordite here. Again, these things, the way they're placed in there almost makes me do some kind of gumball to bring out the topographical map that we all love in Fordite. So I've already made this square thing round, so now we're just going to go ahead and whittle it down to gorgeousness here. All right, blow that on, turn that on, the blower is now on. All right, here we go. Now, these are way on the inside, so I think I'm going to do a round pointy on these. We've not done that for a while. I don't want to do too many of the same thing for one customer because they, sort of get tired of that thing. Now let's see how that is there. These are supposed to be around a 0.7, 0.71. That's still about a 0.75. So we're creeping down on that side. All right, with some sanding that should do us. We're gonna do the rounded pointy here. Push this back just a little bit to give us a nice finger hold area. There we go. Excellent. That should be right about a 0.70, right on the money there. 0.70.5, almost. Yeah, perfect. Let me wipe this off just in case we got any junk on there from that last bunch of sanding. Alright, let's see what it looks like now. We'll measure this one down here. Yep, perfect, just a hair smaller than that one, so that's good. And now, I think a couple of digs right in here with some, it's going to give one big ball in the middle, but it's going to allow me to dig through the topography of this one, and this one all together. There's another air bubble right there. Okay, but that'll be gone. Sure. All right, let's get this up and flipping. And that is 5.5, so 2.75 to the middle. And then you can see where the colors are. If we go out 3/4, we'll draw those lines on there. We'll stop the lathe and we'll see where that puts us. Yeah, so we'll climb up the side of this one. We'll climb up the side of this one. We'll definitely climb up the side of that one, and then this ball will expose some of that edge there. And it goes all the way through both sides, so this will be a pretty cool looking topography there. All right, those are well placed. Let's go. Here we are. I could feel how soft that one was. That is right into the paint. Alrighty. I'm going to trim this down just a hair right there. Beautiful. Okay, here we go. Got to be gently because I'm already pulling up the paint. There we go. And I think this will be a good example to show you the rough in and then the final topographical map. Topographical map, is that a word? Topographical map. We're going to take that right to the bottom there where we want to be, and then we're going to sand the rest of that. And I'll show you why in just a second. right into the paint here. This will be gorgeous. All right, there we go. That's looking good. And I go really slow on this too because I don't want to inject a lot of heat into the paint because it will get softer. And when it gets soft, it may bend and wobble the pen. All right, looking good, no wobbles. All right, let's see what it looks like. Oh yeah, see, we're gonna get the topography here, diving in. This is where we really see it right there. And we got to fill that in right there, but other than that, yeah, these are gorgeous pieces. I'd like to see them a little closer to the surface so we can get more of that topography there. I was hoping for more of that there, but I think it's on this back side. Can't go too far in, that's for sure. Especially on a thick pen. We'll tweak it a little bit. Now, let me show you what I was going to show you. If you look at this, let me wet it up here. They look a little fuzzy because as the knife is cutting stuff away, it chips on the edge of the paint. By sanding, that doesn't chip. And see how that right there looks a little chipped along the edges? That'll smooth right out. And then we're gonna have to fill this little air bubble up right there. All right, here we go. We're gonna get out the tough sandpaper again, turn the big blower off, get out our sandpaper, get our diaper. Here's our diapers in place. There's chunks of stuff just come off after a while. All this dried dust. Funny. Okay, here we go. Again, we don't need to sand down here a lot because these are pretty much finished. We're here to make the Fordite look super smooth and finished. Now this would make a killer ink pen because the Fordite is so deep inside this. All right, this is where the real topographical map was happening here down in this valley. And you'll see how this gets refined and looking beautiful. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to sand this 2 layers down into my normal sandpaper here. And then we will take it off, or we will fill that hole that's the air pocket. Hit it lightly with the accelerator and leave it sit for a bit. So we'll probably pause this video and then come back so we can show you how that came out. Alright, about the only thing I can feel is that air pocket there, so that's feeling really good. Next level of paper. Only need 1 little piece. Loves to stick together, that paper, I'm telling you. The paper that sands together sticks together. Ooh, feels good. All right, let's check, see what it looks like. Let me get rid of all the dust first. I'm gonna get a little paper towel here. Just to get rid of all the gray dust that's on there from sanding. And now you can see how super clean those lines are. Absolutely beautiful. Yep, super clear. And then there's the hole we got to fill out. So let's get it wet. And let's blow it out. There we go. Now that all the water's removed, we'll spin it real fast to spin anything out that might be at the bottom. That's a big hole. All right, there we go. Yep, super shiny air pocket. Can't do much about that, just got to fill it. Okay, let's get the medium out again. There we go. Beautiful. We'll get that side to side. Put it right there. We'll let it sit for a second. Hit it with a tiny bit of accelerator. That'll clean the cap off top there, make it hard. And then we will take it off and leave it sit to the side while we do something else. All right, so there's 2 we got sitting right there. That one looks pretty good. All right. Let us continue on. Okay, these have cured for a little bit. And this one is right here that we want to do. We're going to get rid of the bulk of it first. And that was a little hole that we filled. Right in here. We're going to take a little more off of that. All right, that feels good. Yep. Now sanding will take the rest of that off. We'll do some gentle sanding. Nothing extreme there. We'll take that down nice and gentle so that we don't remove too much of what's around it, quite frankly. And this is why turning Fordite pens costs a little bit more, because you run into things and you got to be gentle and all that good stuff. That's sanding down very nicely. Ooh, feels good. Hardly even feel it now. All right, that feels good. Okay, now we'll just do normal sanding as though we were just finishing the pen, blending it all in together. And again, we did most of this either, so we're just doing a light brushing just to make sure we're 100% covered. We get the end down here as well. Again, we did this paper earlier. We're just going to make sure we got it all covered and missing nothing, end to end. And now the final paper, and then we'll be up to polishing it. This will look really nice when we're done. This is the one that really starts making the resin look clear. Tiny, tiny scratches you can hardly even see. All right, let's get some polish out, make this look good. Wet up our rag a little bit here. It's gotten a little dry since we were doing this last. Make a little slurry of the goodness. There we go. Beautiful. Oh yes, that is just splendid. Can't even tell where that hole was. I think it was right there, but hard to tell. Okay, Let's polish this one up. We'll finish this one as we go. Then we'll come back to the other one we fixed. Then we got a couple of more to turn regularly. All right, I'm going to switch the camera. And I'm going to chamfer out the ends of these pens here. Just gets rid of that little sharp edge where you drill into and you turn around. All right, here we go. There we go. Hopefully you can see that to the definition I can. You can see into this thing and you can see where we surfaced some of that dragon scale. And the detail and the tiny little detail that that has in it. It's just amazing. You know what? I see something right there I don't like. I'm going to go sand that back out here in a minute. Okay, let's come over to this one here. Again, another filler. I will put this on and then I will change the camera back. All right, here we go. This was the one here. Had a little bit of a air bubble right here. So again, we will take this, fire it up, and then we'll just trim right there. Trim very slowly until we don't hear any more unevenness. All right, that feels good. And that was right there. Needs a little more filling. It's a little bit low. Actually, you know what? If we sand that, let me see how, oh yeah, that's sitting proud? No, that's just shiny. Okay, that's pretty good. All right. That is good. Misread on that one. Oh, I don't need the blower. Not sure why I turned that on. I'm looking for the diaper. That both ends in ER, so you can see why I'm confused. Okay. Generally, we concentrate right here. Ooh, that feels very smooth. Let me stop that, see how we've done. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. We will now finish this one up. Use this same piece of sandpaper, stem to stern. Get those big scratches removed, make them little scratches. And then we'll take the little scratches and make them tiny scratches. And then we'll take the tiny scratches and make them even tinier. Alright, that's finished nicely. Feels good. I already did most of this again, so we're just going to brush over top just to make sure we got everything. Alright, right, there's that one. And we'll come on up. We're going to be live this weekend for quite a few hours, I'm sure. Friday night, Saturday during the day. I'll be turning whether we're live or not. And I'll record those so people can see them. But I go just a little bit faster and I'm way behind. So we tend to do a little bit more of these recordings now until I get caught up. Once I get caught up, there will be even more lives because it's sort of normal. But I do as many as I can, recorded and or live. Okay, let's get back to the final piece of sandpaper here. The final grit. This will make the tiny scratches tinier. I may even do some coin sorting, coin searching on a live sometime. I really do love searching through piles of coins for jewels, if you will. You don't normally find any more, but it's the excitement of looking and just, you know, that hope of, oh, here comes the one nobody has seen and all that kind of good stuff for a long time. And I've got about $500 worth of nickels that I've been hanging on to for probably 10 years. Never gone through them. I just buy them, put them in a ammo can, and just hang on to them. Nickels are good because nickels are still made of precious metal, nickel and copper. And right now, the melt value of a nickel is actually worth more. Well, it might not be today, but it's usually worth more than the actual face value of the coin, which is really weird, right? Okay, here we go. Let's make a little slurry in here. Get her all shined up. It looks like this pink one here is not completely transparent. It's got a little bit of something in it to make it not transparent. Not sure. We'll have to see when we get some light on it. This seems to be a lot clearer on the blue here. Yeah, it's clear. Just a little smokier on this end though. You can see that air bubble trapped inside that one. Didn't even get to it. But you can see the Fordite looking fabulous. I love that topographical map part. Love that. The rest of it is just super clear and crisp lines. Beautiful. Okay, we'll take that one and we will buff that one up. Let me get rid of the bushings and I will chamfer the end. Let me swap the camera here. There we go. Looking good. Now I do this part of the buffer here to smooth out all the microscopic lines. I go in a different direction. This is a 45-degree angle to what was there before, turned by the knives as it's spinning around the lathe. So this will smooth those down, make them almost non-seeable. And then when I pop into this middle buffer here, it'll make it like glass. Literally like glass. So this is just a, when I say rough smoothing, it's even finer than the sandpaper, but rougher than this that I'm using here, which is a diamond dust thing. And you can see the light if you look in the camera, you can see the light gets sharper and sharper. The reflective light, I should say, which means it's becoming smoother and smoother to the eye. That's how I can tell when I'm done buffing it, when it doesn't get any sharper. The light doesn't get any sharper. All right, that baby is done. That's my favorite part, that topographical map. The rest of it's gorgeous, especially when you can see through the resin into what's there. But that part there, that's cool. That's why I like Fordite. All right, okay, we are, a bunch of pins into that. I'm gonna mount this one up here, but I gotta go do something right now, so I'll pause the video and be back very shortly. And we are continuing on. Okay, let me flip this back to the lathe view. There we go. Got another beautiful dragon scale. This one's got a lot of goodies on it. Look at that. It's already at the surface, so this is going to be fun. We're going to get in some finger holds here and begin from there. There we go. Let me make sure we're recording here. Yep, looks like we're recording. Get a little closer here. That might be right where we need to be. Oh, a little bit fat yet. We'll bring it in. Okay, let's see what we got for a measurement. That still looks a bit fat. 0.72, that's pretty on the money. My eyeballs are going. What you got there, baby? I'm turning. I don't know yet. If I even do. All right, see ya. Bye. All right, where was I? Did I measure that? Yeah, we were on the money on that one, aren't we? Yep, right there. Yeah, a little fat right there still. All right, now let's look at the center of this baby. Again, a lot of great dragon scale. This stuff is so pretty because it's so tiny and finitely detailed. I think we're going to go with a Morse code. We seem to have plenty of resin through here to support getting a little thinner in the middle here, and I think that'll look pretty cool and bring out a lot of this that's inside here. Okay, so I'd love to do an I Dream a Genie on this, but that is way too thin for this Fordite stuff in here. Need a lot more support than that. Okay, so there's that. Do Morse code, we need two big bumps there. There we go. All right, now we're gonna dive in. All right, here we go. Nice and gentle. Let me lower this banjo, or this tool rest here. This is the banjo down here. Not sure why they call it a banjo, but that's what they call it. Now we're going to take these dives pretty deep because we have lots of resin supporting us, and this is really going to expose the Fordite. All right, reach the bottom of that one nicely. We do this very gently. All right, now we're going to do the old Morse code here. That's about as deep as I'll take that one because we're going to sand to get the beautiful effect. All right. Do a little blow down here. righty here. I'm going to turn the blower off. I'm going to get out the diaper. I'd love to turn one of these into vases one time, but I'm always worried about the structural integrity of the soft Fordite, because generally it is much softer than resin. All right, let's see. Get all that mud coming off there. It's like a body shop car. Let's see how that looks now. See if I need to go to the rougher. Nope, that is going to be freaking gorgeous. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to take a super, super tight shot of this and put it in the Facebook group so that you can see how awesome that dragon scale is way up close. Whew, man, that's gorgeous. Right call on this one here because that's going to expose a lot. Very nice. Okay, on to the next one. I got this next regular solid resin pastel colored. I can tell it's going to be vases, I think, right off the bat. It's good looking. Very pretty blank. finest and final. For paper, anyway. Then we go to polishing, then we go to buffing. All right, now we're going to polish it up. It is going to be gorgeous. I don't know why this rag gets all distorted when I'm using it. I must be pulling on one direction or the other, huh? Alrighty, let's see how this one looks. Oh, absolutely delicious. My goodness. Look at that. There's even a tiny little piece left right there that didn't get cut away. It's so detailed. So small. Oh, I see a chatter mark across there. Need to get that. Right there. Yep, it's gone. Good deal. Next level up. All right, that's going to look good there. Repolish that end there. That polish does all the work. I just hold it against it. Perfect. Beautiful. Okay. That makes me feel better. All right, let me swap the camera over here to the buffer, and I'm going to take the bushings out. And I'm going to chamfer the holes. There it is. Now I'm not sure. I'm gonna wipe this off just in case there's something on it. Not sure how close this will focus. Excuse me, but if I can get it to focus on my hand, and you guys get to see that pen, and see the detail, finite detail of that Dragon Scale Fordite. That is just too cool. There we go. All right, we're going to pause again. Got one more to go. Got to go check in on something. Be right back. All right, and we're rolling again. Here we go. Audio's working, video's working. Let me swap back to the lathe view. Can't wait to see what's inside this one. Got to peel off this outer layer here. All right, let's see what the inside of this one's starting to look like. Ooh, getting some streaks of orange and popsicle colors, I'd call it. All right, let's go. Here we go. That might be about where we need to be. Do a little measure here, 0.75, still a little fat. It's just starting to look some kind of jar or a tub of sherbet. All right, that should bring us in right where we need to be. So smooth, so smooth. Okay, here we go. .78, little fat yet. .73, very close. Take that down just a little bit. We don't need to sandpaper much on this one here. We get a little more airflow on this baby. Sometimes it gets a little clogged up. Oh yes. Not too bad, just enough to decrease the flow a little bit. All right, here we go. Let's find the middle of this puppy. About 5.5 almost. Middle's gonna be about right there. And break out our dividers here and find us where the bases are gonna go. Looks like about right there. That gives us a good finger hold in either direction. There we go. All right. There she is. Ooh, that's pretty. Looks like sherbet. Should be cold, but it's not. Got a little bit of glitter in there too. Little sparkles of green glitter here and there. Interesting. Let's see how she looks up all shined up. Let me get my water bottle refilled. All right, next step up, Mr. Sandpaper. Beautiful. That stuff is so smooth. Alumilite Slow Clear. These little pieces of paper, they all stick together. Hard to grab just one. All right, time to polish her up. Here we go. Let's get a little more juice on here. There we go. A little bit of water to make some slurry. Ah, looks good. This is a very, very light pastel pen. Absolutely gorgeous. So rich. All right, the reveal. Here we go. Oh, that's full of mica. What do you call it? Shininess. Cool colors. Yellow, green, blue, peach, orange, pink, white, of course, through all of that. That's beautiful. I like it. That is cool. Okay, I'm going to put the bushings out. And I'm going to chamfer the edges. Okay, switch the camera. And here we go. All right, buyer, you know whose pen this is. How did you know those colors would be inside this? Because I didn't see all but 2 of them from the outside. Absolutely amazing. I love that pen. So pastel, so rich. All right, that ends our video today. You guys have a wonderful day. I'm gonna switch you out to the outro. See you soon.